Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews. I'm going to be giving my Season 8 review of Game of Thrones. Is it as bad as everybody else says? Yes and no. There's some good parts about it that I liked. Some stuff in it that was just god-awful. Daenerys and Jon taking her dragons to Winterfell, and everybody has their reunions. Nice and all that. That was good. Theon saving Yara. Theon's character arc in this entire series was good. Him dying to the Night King. Hey man, he charged the Night King. Yeah, he died quick because the Night King was, 8,000 years more skilled than he was. But you know what? He got to die to somebody like the Night King. That's pretty goddamn cool. Sam learning from Daenerys that his father and brother were burned to cinders because they wouldn't bend the knee, and then telling Jon about his parentage, kind of in spite of her, because, he also felt that he needed to know from a real friend, you know? Also, Jaime arriving in Winterfell, sees Bran for the first time since season 1. It's like, oh shit, I'm fucked. But hey, he's just presented before Daenerys, and Brienne actually comes to his defense. Later on, during the festivities before the night or the long night battle, Brienne gets knighted by Jaime, because knights can also knight people. And then Arya, after spending a little time with the Hound, I'm going to get into that. That was pretty good. But Arya's sex scene, I'm sorry. Arya is one of my favorite characters. Seeing her have sex, it's like, no, God, no, why? Uncomfortable, shit, fuck. It's like, no, man, I'm sorry, but it didn't need to happen. Even if it was with Gendry, who she liked and whatnot. I'm just sorry. It's cringy. The long night battle where the young Lady Mormont dies. Dragons versus dragon, because Viserion was now a white. That was a good scene. Or the dragon versus dragons, that was good. Night King being immune to dragon fire. That was interesting, because when Daenerys tried burning him, where everybody else basically is literally burned to ash in an instant, Dragon King just looks up at her. Yeah, you got no power, bitch. You're nothing to me. It's like, fuck? Okay, yeah. Yikes. Jon seeing Sam attacked and literally just keeps going. That's bad writing to me. If he saw his best freaking friend being attacked, he would have gotten his friend, or he would have saved his friend. I'm sorry. Sam thankfully survives the Battle of the Long Night at Winterfell, but still, he would have saved his friend. Jorah Mormont dying. He died protecting Daenerys, which is good. Daenerys' character was likable up until the last 2 episodes. The Red Woman finally killing herself. Yeah, she went out on her own terms. Because Sir Davos he was actually going to kill her, but he realized she killed herself, so yeah. The walk up to Bran with the Night King after he just kills Theon. But him walking up to Bran, it's like, it took a full freaking minute. It's like, walk up to him, have Arya kill him. Come on now. Arya killing Night King, decent touch. But still, it was just way too easy, you know? Celebrations and lordships. Gendry becomes Lord Baratheon. He's by Daenerys. And then Jaime and Brienne, yeah, they have sex and become a couple. Yeah, that was interesting. Which then becomes moot after Jaime decides to break her fucking heart and leave. That's also bad writing. What the fuck? Rhaegal getting killed in an ambush just after he is recovering from his fight with Viserion. I did not like that. I really like the dragons, and Rhaegal getting killed. Why didn't Daenerys swing behind the damn fleet? They were behind rocks. She could have easily flown behind them and burnt that freaking fleet to a cinder. She probably would have lived because she ends up burning the damn fleet down later on. It's just bad writing. Varys being killed because he realizes that that Daenerys is going mad. She's losing it. And so Varys is like, maybe we should support Jon. But Jon doesn't want the throne, even though he is literally the heir to it, because he was Aegon's kid. Or Rhaegar's kid, sorry. But anyway, yeah, Varys, I liked Varys. He was one of my favorite characters out of this whole series. Jon Snow, Varys, Tyrion, Sansa warmed up to me, but Arya was my favorite female Stark. The Starks I was pro-Stark. I was Team Stark. Bran was also a favorite character, but he became a non-favorite character after a while because the writers wrote him into shit. They literally turned him into a freaking emotionless Jedi. Ugh. Daenerys going mad after her fleet was ambushed and her friend Missandei was captured and then beheaded before her by Cersei and her army. Yeah. So that's enough of a reason for her to just go mad. When the whole battle finally starts for King's Landing, Tyrion helps Jaime escape. That's a good little touch because Jaime and Tyrion were brothers. They cared about each other. It's understandable. But when the bells of surrender finally ring and Daenerys just decides to burn frickin' King's Landing to a cinder and slaughter everybody, why the fuck? She knew they had surrendered. She killed innocents. I was rooting for Daenerys. She was also a favorite. But this season, they wrote her to shit. Her burning King's Landing was just a downhill spiral. The show, or the series, last 2 episodes were by far the worst. The Hound versus the Mountain and Arya being in Winterfell to kill Cersei, or not Winterfell, but King's Landing to kill Cersei, but missing her chance because the Hound actually convinced her. There is no life at the end of this road. Let it go. Live. Where I'm going, I'm dead. And the Hound stops obeying, or the Mountain finally, or Jason Voorhees, the Mountain, stops obeying that Grand Meister guy and Cersei and just kills that dude, who was also named Hand of the King by Cersei. He just grabs him, throws him down and his head just splats on a freaking rock, and it's just great. It's like, you should have just grabbed Cersei and done the same fucking thing. Would have been the perfect ending to that bitch. I'm sorry, that's just the way I felt about it. But the Mountain versus the Hound was a great thing, except that the cutting issues, where it's cutting between Arya trying to get the hell out of King's Landing while Daenerys is burning it, and him getting his ass kicked by his Jason Voorhees' brother. It's like, come on, this is disorienting and confusing. It's bad editing. As for Cersei and Jaime they're dying, that's the shittiest writing I've ever seen. And the shittiest ever. Cersei's evil. She deserved to suffer and be killed on screen, not being obscured by the falling debris. She deserved to die painfully on screen, meaning she deserved to suffer. I don't care if she was pregnant. Her character deserved to suffer. And Jaime should have been still with Brienne. I'm sorry, that's just the way I feel about it. Tyrion finding Jaime and Cersei dead, and then is arrested after he calls out Daenerys for what She did, he let his brother go, and it's like, I freed my brother, and you slaughtered a city. So he's basically awaiting a death sentence. Drogon, after Jon kills her, and because through Tyrion's suggestion, Jon does actually kill Dany because, well, she has gone nuts. She is absolutely fucking batshit crazy. The only good shot out of this season finale was her walking up and Drogon's wings spreading behind her, kind of giving her the dragon wings look. That was pretty cool. But other than that, the last season, or the last episode, was just horrible. Drogon burning the Iron Throne and taking Dany's corpse. I have actually done some research after I just got done watching the show, and they wrote the Iron Throne being melted was just a bystander of Drogon's rage. It's like, no. From what they showed, Drogon burnt that son of a bitch because he realized that was the cause of her death. He realized that this was the one thing she wanted, and yet she's dead and doesn't get it, so nobody will get it. They're saying that he wanted to burn the world. Well, yeah, he launched flames at the walls to kind of collapse him a little bit, but then he saw the throne, and he's like, fuck that. My mom's dead. Nobody's getting it. That would have been better reasoning for Drogon to burn the throne. It's not that it's just some stupid, it's a dumb bystander and whatnot. No. Him burning it to slag was on purpose. Tyrion and Jaime, I skipped that. A new king, Bran the Broken, has been chosen. It's weeks after she gets carried off, fades to black, and then weeks later, Bran is named king. Nobody's more deserving. I'm sorry, but Bran deserves to be king after all the shit he went through. A Stark deserves to sit on that throne. Winterfell gains independence to Sansa's suggestion. Bran agrees. Tyrion is named handed a king and whatnot. Jon is exiled and goes north with the wildlings. Reunites with Ghost because Ghost should have gone with him. I'm sorry, Ghost should have gone with him. That's just the way it is. But him going with Tormund and staying alive and whatnot, that was good too. It was bad writing, but it's understandable. Arya going west of Westeros. Her character arc is good. She has that adventurous spirit. But overall, folks, this season, there were some things I liked, a lot of things I didn't. And this season, objectively speaking, even with all the plastic water bottles and freaking Starbucks cups, this season is a 3 out of 10. It was that bad, objectively speaking. Subjectively, I will give it a 6 out of 10. I enjoyed some elements, but there was a lot wrong with it. Showgoer, 8 out of 10. There was still enjoyable elements. However, there are things that took you out of it. So, yeah, the Showgoer is an 8 out of 10. Anyway, folks, this is my longest review, and I felt that I needed to do it justice. So that is going to be my review. Thank you all for requesting this. I hope I did some justice for you all by doing the seasonal reviews instead of episode by episode. That would have taken too long. But yes, thank you for suggesting it. Game of Thrones, out of a full scores, all seasons together as one hodgepodge, objectively, I would put it at a 6 out of 10 because you had 4 good seasons and then 4 seasons that slid down. Subjectively, I'd put it at a 7, and Showgoer, I'd put it at an 8. All of them together. Anyway, folks, that is going to be the review. Thank you all for tuning in. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What did you like about Game of Thrones? What didn't you like? Who was your favorite characters? Let me know all of that stuff, folks. This has been Orange Hat Reviews. Stay humble.